I want to make some more models. Again, the timeline. And in this time, I don't want to tell the story from child perspective, there's another clip about it, or my perspective. I want to take the corporation perspective. Imagine if we are now thinking as this big corporation. I have to say they are doing good. Why? Because they are in society having now this big playground. The whole population is their playground. This is a resource, and there are legal system created so that the resource can be achieved or taken for their own production. And they have also fantastic signaling system which provides them this resource, meaning all institutions, police, veilig thuis, the wijkbuurtcentrums. So the Dutch society is very crystallized anyway, historically. That means there are small concentrated points who have control of a certain region. And that means now with a perfect signaling system, there is a process of getting resources fast. I call now children and parents resource cynically, but they basically have a perfect system to get these resources fast. They have this jeugdwet, which states that also corporation has right to get and use this resource. And there is a very complicated check-in and check-out system created so that parents would possibly not get access to own child after this resource her child is already taken. Fantastic deal. And now this corporation has to also do something with this resource. What they can possibly use it for is, you can imagine that like you think that the farmer is making money from cabbages, then the big corporation who is dealing with the children, these children are now the cabbages. What is possible to do with the cabbages? Cabbage juice, cabbage jam. There is possible to research these cabbages, to get samples for some other researchers, maybe just some small samples, I don't know. It's good for DNA researchers, it is good for some laboratory information gathering, it is good for testing in principle anything. It is possible to use this amount of data now. If you think of even only in Amsterdam there are 1,500 children in foster care. That means there is a pot of data of proof people of 1,500. So a research can be doable, which requires 1,500 testing people. So they are doing good. But the paradox of the story, on the side of this corporation, how the life of a child ends up in this big corporation. At our story, when we were sitting on the boat, the first signal came just from the neighbor, and neighbor doesn't think of cabbages or the corporation. What they think of, they like the street. This is a rather rich place. They like it to be clean, quiet, and also this picture, the dream picture of the life is, it's like, it shouldn't be disturbed by poverty, by something what they don't understand, some people living in other ways than they do. So they want to keep the picture like nice, clean. There are horses, there are rich clients, there are expensive cars, and there is certain balance which is already stated by years. And now this nice signaling system sending unsuitable parts of the picture to this corporation, that actually allows them to keep the street clean and keep it as it is now. And also it protects the children because their children, their own children, are growing in this safe environment, in this nice picture, and their own children don't have to be confronted then by some other children who don't belong there. For example, according to my salary indications and social background, We don't belong there in a nice nature resort where spending one night costs 300 euros only by Airbnb. We belong to the ghetto somewhere backside of the ghetto. Also by the signaling system provides the local upper class some safety, that the children don't have to be confronted with some other sort of reality. And this corporation is sort of closed environment now. The children sitting there are limited from their eyes. They can be researched. It's all pretty. Their poor parents are running maybe years after court case, getting the children out. And also they can be sure that after they get the children out, they run to the country. So this system, the world of big corporations and some rich neighborhoods where children are protected from this other reality. This is just functioning model in the Netherlands, it seems, and fantastically enough, there are no exceptions, and there are no alternative stories. So the paradox is also that this rich neighborhood, this economical wealth, protects them also from becoming themselves into this corporative limited right pot. So in some way they keep their freedom to be signal makers, complaint makers, and the hierarchy between those who could be complained at and who make complaints, this hierarchy is actually very black and white. I mean, it is property. Because people who have a property in the region, they can always call to government and say, look, we have a pile of trash here, do something. And the people who don't have a property, they belong actually to ghettos, social housings, special housings. So there is no middle class of middle group of people who say that we're independent. We decide ourselves where we live, how we live. This just doesn't exist, because if this group would appear, for example, we tend to have this houseboat project in this way, independently solving our housing situation. So this group who is staying in the middle, they're just cleaned away. This corporation is now taking care of them, taking them away, and this property-owned upper class stays, and the life is actually balanced, but it gives advantages only this side, which has now their own properties, or who have some roles inside of the signaling system. But the rest belong to, in principle, just to the, basically they are cabbages for this big corporation. It can function like this, but not necessarily all people have to like it. I don't like it. Right now I'm myself in a helpless situation, but only thing I can do actually to describe how it is.